Well, hello everyone. I'm restarting my channel after a failed attempt in 2020. Now I'm trying to start a channel based on books. So I guess you could say that I'm trying to be part of the Booktube community. So what better way to start than by using the Booktube Newbie Tag? So the first question is, why did you start this channel? And as I said before, I already had some videos up in 2020 when I was unemployed and I was feeling very lost and I wanted to try and do something creative with my time. But then I got a regular job and it was so hard for me to organize my time, and unfortunately I stopped doing the videos, but I've never stopped thinking about it. All these years I wanted to do something related to video content and video editing, and it's something that I'm really interested in and that I wanted to do. So what better time than the present to do the things we want to do? And the other reason is that I read a lot. Is one of my passions and it's always fun to share it with others. I have an Instagram page dedicated to books I've had it for a few years now. But I think that photos is not the best way to talk about books. At least it's not the best way to um, really delve into the ideas and to actually make a profound review of a book. And so I wanted to try a different method of doing it. The second question is, what are some fun and unique things that you can bring to YouTube? I'm not sure yet. I want to start simple, doing these tags and doing simple ideas so that I can get comfortable talking to the camera and editing videos, because I haven't done it in a long time. And so that's my main focus. But later on, I would love to do deep dives into an author's entire bibliography, compare and contrast book adaptations, because cinema is also one of my passions. So I would love to do that. And I really want to do longer videos with deep dives and more research involved. I really think that type of content will be more unique, and it's what I'm really passionate about. But until then, I think I'll try to bring something different from the types of books I read, which are I read from a wide variety of genres. I'm also from Portugal, so I'll try to bring some Portuguese authors into the mix. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna focus at first. The fourth question is, what are you most excited about for your channel? I really want to meet new people. I work from home, so I spend a lot of my time alone, which is fine because I'm not the most outgoing person. But it's nice to meet like-minded people that share your interests, even if it's online. And I'm really excited about becoming a part of this community and just to be more creative in my day-to-day life. I work in programming, so you have to be creative sometimes, but it's not the main focus. And I really want to use that part of my brain in my free time. The fourth question is, why do you love reading? This is such a hard question to answer because ever since I've known myself, I've been reading. My parents read to me when I was little, and I never really stopped. Of course, there were times where I didn't read as much, but it's something that I've always loved. I've always loved books, just holding them, and it's something very special to me. And also I think is a great exercise in empathy. I feel like I can live other people's lives instead of always being living my own. We have such a limited perspective because of where we are born and where what we choose to do for work, and that limits us so much. And there's so much more in the world to see and to experience. And I think books is a great way to do that. The fifth question is, what book series got you into reading? And I have to be honest here and say that Twilight was probably one of the most foundational book series in my life as a book reader. It was the first time that I felt that I was reading an adult book, even though it would probably be considered YA. But for me, it was a big deal at the time. It was a huge book with hundreds of pages, and there were some forbidden topics that we couldn't talk about with adults at the time, and it was fascinating to me. I loved the lore of Twilight at the time. I knew all about it. I was fascinated, and I think that's what got me into reading bigger and better things later on. So I'm really thankful to Twilight for getting me through a rough patch in adolescence and just making my life as a reader more interesting. The sixth question is, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? Well, I'm not sure. I've always wondered what I would ask if I met one of the people that I'm a fan of, and I can never come up with anything. I think I would bother them, so I don't think I would ask them anything, but I'm really grateful to Ariel Bassett. She doesn't make book content on YouTube now, but she has a podcast, and I love her work. I love how she's so excited about life and how she follows her aspirations, and she has an idea and she fulfills it. And I'm also really grateful to Anna Wallace Johnson. I think she's really the reason that I'm actually doing it and doing this video right now. I'm really grateful to Anna Wallace Johnson. Her videos are so great. She reads from such a variety of authors and so many books that I never heard anyone else talk about. And I think she's just so cool, and her videos seem so effortless, even though I'm sure they are not. I don't know, she just sparked something in me that like, I want to do this, I want to try and do this. And even though I know I'm never going to be as cool as her, I want to try it out. The seventh question is, what challenges will be the hardest with Booktube? I think for me the biggest challenge will be to stay consistent and to not just give up. And I think that's what I'm most scared of, is just forcing myself to do it and not be scared and just give up, because it's easier, even though it would leave me so frustrated. But there are some weeks where I just don't feel the energy to do anything, and that's fine. I'm sure everyone has days like that, but I can't give up. But I know that will be the biggest challenge for me. Question number 8 is, when did you start reading? I think I've already answered this when I was really, really young. My parents would read books to me, and I just, since I was able to, my parents would read books to me when I was young, and I just never stopped. Question number 9 is, where do you read? A little bit of everywhere. If I'm on the go, I love to read on trains. I think they're the best place to read. At home, I typically read in bed before sleeping, but the sofa is also quite comfortable. And in the summer, it's always nice to read outside, and I try to do it as much as possible. Question number 10, and the final question is, what kinds of books do you read? And I try to read from as many different genres as I can. I really try, because I think you lose so much if you're just stuck in a genre and you don't branch out. That being said, I tend to not like romance books as much, and I've tried, but I'm still hopeful that I'll find the one that will make me like the genre completely. But it hasn't happened yet. So I tend to read more from literary fiction, fantasy, absolutely, and I also quite like historical fiction, but I haven't read much in that genre lately. But yeah, I think those would be the biggest kinds for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's just a simple tag for me to get started and for you to have just a bit of an idea of who I am and of me as a reader. I hope you stay and watch my next videos, and I hope that I make them, and I'll see you next time. Bye!